This is the Barbecue Central Radio Show, which is recorded live each Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The Barbecue Central Radio Show is being brought to you by The Barbecue Guru, the original creators of automatic temperature control devices, now offering 4 different models for you to choose from. Rest easy knowing that The Barbecue Guru is controlling your pit temperature so you can get on with your life. Visit bbqguru.com or call 800-288-GURU for more information. And by Fred's Music and Tasty Licks BBQ Supply, your online barbecue and grilling superstore. From cookers to grills, wood chips and chunks, and everything in between. Also be sure to try the Tasty Licks barbecue brand of rubs and sauces. Check Fred out online at tastylicksbbq.com. And by Stephen DeFranco Jewelers. Located in beautiful Willoughby, Ohio, Stephen DeFranco Jewelers is a family-owned and operated business looking to service the great folks of the barbecue and grilling world. Get free shipping and big discounts by mentioning my name and the term Barbecue Brother. Check out their inventory by visiting StephenDeFranco.com. And by Butcher Barbecue, with 30 years of experience in retail, wholesale, meat markets, food service, and customer service. Using that experience, everything they do and sell at Butcher's Barbecue comes from real-world knowledge. Check out their award-winning spices, sauces, marinades, and injections by visiting ButcherBBQ.com. Always trust your butcher.
And by iGrill. The iGrill is a Bluetooth-enabled cooking thermometer that allows you to monitor the temperature of your food and smoker or grill from up to 200 feet away. Using the free iGrill app for your iPhone, iPad, and Android devices, you can set preferred temperatures, and your smart device will alert you when it's ready. It's perfect for cooking steaks to perfection or low and slow smokers overnight. Head to iGrill Inc., that's the letter I, grillinc.com to learn more. And by Barbecuer's Delight Wood Pellets, the barbecue wood pellet choice of competition cooks and backyard hacks just like me. The perfect blend of 2/3 oak and 1/3 flavor wood gives you that right BTU burn and flavor that you're looking to get all over your meat with smoky goodness. Visit bbqrsdelight.com. And by R&O Smokers, a custom pit builder using innovation and art in each of their cutting-edge, offset, and vault-style barbecue pits. Located in the heart of Texas near Fort Worth, Granbury has been the home to R&O Smokers since the beginning. R&O Smokers has continued to widen its range using visionary planning both on the design level and the quality of craftsmanship to bring their customers the finest custom pits on the market. Please get in contact with Billy, B-I-L-L-I-E _RO Smokers at yahoo.com or Tony at Tony _RO Smokers at yahoo.com or visit their main website, RNO Smokers.com. And by Green Mountain Grills. Discover something you're really going to love. Cooking with pellets. Green Mountain Grills are widely available across the country. Top-of-the-line manufacturing, but not the highest in price. Visit greenmountaingrills.com to get started on your pellet adventure today.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh! Should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
All right. Good evening and welcome to the Really Big Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things important in the world of barbecue and grilling, broadcasting live and direct from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio, rapidly becoming known as the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday. You want to jump in on the show tonight? More than happy to have you do it. It's a toll-free phone call, if you see fit, 877-448-0433. You can also email the show if you want to, greg@thebbqcentralshow.com. Anything else you want to find out about the show, you can find it at the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. superstore.com. Here's what's happening tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, rarely do we get the occasion to welcome in an in-studio guest. You know him, you love him. He's here all show. Michael McDearman of Get Fired Up Foods. There he is. McD!
How you doing, Greg?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Michael, how are you?
You know, I'm just taking in this big space of the studio. I'm afraid there's going to be an echo.
I think the word you might be looking for is palatial.
Palatial.
Right.
I'll take 50 cents for that one.
You're in Tennessee, so it's like you're from Tennessee, so it's like a countryside estate, vast acreage.
The back 40.
Did you pack, or did you park over in the fifth block or the sixth block?
They escorted me in on the helicopter.
Chop. That was my next question. McD, always know what's going on with how we're playing it here on the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios. So Michael's going to be with us all show, so we're very excited to talk to him. Lots of stuff to get to. Pitmaster related, what he's doing, Sam's Club, the Grill Masters Tour. He's a wealth of barbecue grilling information. You have this outsider, insider looking in type of thing as well on a lot of things. So it's, you might not be intimately involved with the exact process, but you're looking at things.
I pay attention.
It's good to pay attention. That's what I have to say about that. So Michael with us all show, 35 past 9 o'clock. Rich Parker from the Barbecue Superstore. You were there in attendance. They won the regional event.
Rocked it. Absolutely rocked it.
Out of the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely tough group. Tightest packed regional that we've ever seen, I think. Tough stuff.
Might be one of the toughest ever.
I think so. With the scores all packed in like they were, the top 10 were just crunched. And then you got Barbecue Superstore coming in with not only just they did it at the regional, but they did the same thing as the local. They're on a hot streak.
Oh, they're cooking their faces off, to coin a phrase. Cooking the faces off. So Rich Parker coming up 9:35. And then the second hour, more with Michael McDearman, getfiredupfoods.com. What other websites you got going on?
Getfiredupfoods.com. We got grillmastertour.com is the tour that I'm on. Mm-hmm.
Right. And Jack Waybor will be joining us at 10:14 and then possibly 10:35. We didn't decide to cut any delineation points off with Jack because, he's a longtime friend of mine. I've known him for probably 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 years at this point. But he was on it was 2 weeks ago, right, Michael?
It was.
2 weeks ago, Barbecue Pitmasters. So we're going to be recapping that event, what it was like, some behind-the-scenes stuff, whatever they're allowed to tell us contractually, because we don't want to get anybody in trouble. We don't want to get anybody sued here on the show ever. Well, at least I don't want to get sued. Anybody else, it's free game, I guess. So if you have any questions for Michael or you have any questions for Jack in regards to that particular show 2 weeks ago, we're more than happy to kind of drag through all of the inner workings of however that contest went down. Again, 10:14, 10:35. And then if you want to jump in, more than happy to have you. 877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. That's what we have on tap tonight. So look, if you're watching the show right now, blast off a Facebook post or tweet it out that you're watching the show, you're listening to the show. A couple ways to do it. If you're watching it, outdoorcookingchannel.com. If you're listening audio, that's fine. You can go to my website, thebbqcentralshow.com. If you have a smart device, Michael, you have a smart device on
I do. Smarter than me.
Do you have TuneIn Radio on your... It's an app. TuneIn Radio.
Show me.
I'll show it to you after the fact. You go to the Google Play has it. The App Store on the iPhone has it. Look for TuneIn Radio, TUNEIN, TuneIn Radio. It's a free app. There's a pay version if you don't want the ads. Free as me. That's what I always like to say. And then search BBQ Central or BBQ Central Show or whatever, and then it'll come up there. Favorite that. And then you can just listen to the show live on your smart device. You can stream it through Bluetooth devices, whatever you like. It's just like you're listening to it right on the radio through your smart device. And then, of course, if you are, I don't want to say fat or lazy, or you just like the fact that you have a really big-ass screen television in high definition, and you are a geek and you like Internet Protocol television, you can always listen to the show, watch the show through Roku. Go to the Roku store, download the Outdoor Cooking Channel app, then choose the live streaming app. Do it right now, and then you can watch the show live right on your 50-inch or your 80-inch or 750,000-inch television right from the comfort of your couch. Is it better than... Nothing is better than that.
Absolutely not.
Got to watch the show on your big screen, and then have a bartender as well to get you drinks just in case you get a little thirsty. Michael and I are keeping it clean tonight because I need a clear head. He's got to drive all the way back to the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio.
Going down to the NFL Hall of Fame.
Not the barbecue capital of the North Coast, but the NFL capital of the country with the Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio. So a lot of things to get into. Those are the ways you can consume the show, by the way. So pass those out. Again, Facebook it out, tweet it that you're watching now or listening now, whatever the case may be. Want to give a special mention. I don't usually shout people out. I hate that saying, shouting it. But I do want to mention Bobby Brennan from Kamado Joe Cookers. Had a great conversation with him a couple days ago. Bobby! Hope you're enjoying the show tonight, buddy. If you're watching, if you're getting it on podcast, whatever. Hope you're doing well, and we'll talk soon. Also, congratulations. Maybe you didn't know. I mean, there's a lot of contests going on right now, Michael. Regardless of where you are in the country, each and every weekend, maybe 10, maybe 15, 20. And that could just be KCBS. You know there's many other sanctioning bodies out there that are Pacific Northwest. You have IBCA, you have Florida Barbecue Association. But a special congratulations going out to a friend of this show, my guy, pitmaster of Left Coast Q, Matt Dalton, just won their 7th, qualifying them for the Jack Daniels this year.
Coming down to my neck of the woods.
Yeah, right. Lynchburg, Tennessee. How far is that away from? Are you in Cooksville?
I am. I'm in Cookeville, and probably crow flies about an hour.
All right, so pretty intimate confines to you.
We can get to the holler.
Matt Dalton will be out there bringing his Left Coast quality Q out there to hopefully impress judges alike and taking home that overall grand championship. Of course, everybody knows that's in October when everything else is also in October. The big ones are in October, ladies and gentlemen. So
25th anniversary this year on the Jack.
25th?
25th.
I'm almost been married for 25 years. Almost.
Big stuff out of here.
Like 16, right? 16 years? Yeah, it's 16 years. It's got to be. So I think 9, and then we'll get to the Jack Daniels. So good job to Matt and the boys out there at Left Coast Q. I did get this email in from John Sartor. Ever heard of John Sartor? No. Says this, Greg, love the show, man. I get it on YouTube normally the day after because I'm in the UK. The Chris Hope piece was awesome. This was now 2 weeks ago. But the Chris Hope piece was awesome last week. I was laughing out loud. Folks that didn't know that it was actually a joke, make it even better in my opinion. Congratulations. Thank you. As I stated last week, I was a little concerned when I decided to... last week I pushed the curtain back and I said, hey, people thought that Christopher Hope guy was a real guy. That was me. It was
really?
I know my
thought
English
you were going to read
accent.
the letter in a British accent there for a second. But.
No, I know my English accent is beyond reproach, of course. But that was me because, look, I think any English person or any person that's up on English stuff knows the name of the princess that had the baby. I don't know her name. So when I said Princess such and such, I don't think an English guy is going to say that. He probably knows it's Kate...
Winslet? No.
Kate Winslet. Middleton? Kate whatever.
You're better than me at that.
It might be Kate, and we're a little fuzzy. Well, we're fuzzy on the first name. We're definitely fuzzy on the last name. So why would you say such and such? I don't know. That should be a tip-off, but I know it was so good I confused a lot of people. But, John, I appreciate the fact that you thought that was funny. I didn't offend you, and it's nice to know that my friends over across the pond have a substantial sense of humor. Appreciate that first and foremost. And to everybody else in the Englands that thought that was funny, thank you. You don't have to all email in at once, but if you want to do it, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. All right. We're going to be coming back and talking extensively with Michael McDearman, Grillmaster Tour, Sam's Club Series as he sees it barbecue-wise, what he's got going on in a business sense. It's going to be fun and exciting. But first, let me talk to you quickly about Stephen DeFranco Jewelers. Look, Stephen DeFranco has been sponsoring the show for a number of years now. And I like to say that he caters to the barbecue and grilling community. Actually, I say he's the jeweler to the stars, and by stars I mean barbecue stars. But here's the bottom line. You go to StephenDeFranco.com, right? Absolutely. DIFRANCO. And you peruse the entire products offering, whether it be watches, whether it be diamond rings, whether it be necklaces or bracelets or anklets or custom wood bowls. No, I'm not talking about ones that you put a pot in, Central Light. I'm talking about real handcrafted bowls you could potentially eat out of. or stick in your house as a nice decoration. Venetian glass jewelry, he's got it all. Once you've found what you like the best, call him. Don't order just online. I want to save you money just like you want to save money. 440-943-2700. That's 440-943-2700. Then, when somebody answers the phone, if it's not Steve, he'll say, "This is Steve." If it doesn't sound like that, it's not Steve. Ask for Steve. He'll get on the phone, say, "Steve, my name is Tim or Susie or Peter, and I'm a longtime listener to the Barbecue Central show, and Greg always talks about how I need to call in, and you're going to hook me up with the barbecue brother or sister discount." Let him take it from there. Now, rest assured, Steve is going to ask you a number of questions to really dig down to the core issues of what do you want, what is your budget, what are you looking to accomplish. Is this a gift? Is it for you? Is it for the next door neighbor? Whatever. He's going to ask you all those important questions. Once that's settled, the price is going to drop. And if you're getting a watch, you get that second year of warranty, which you don't get anywhere else. You get free batteries for life. You get the engraving for free if it's a gift for somebody, or maybe you want to engrave it for yourself. I bought my watch on this date. I mean, it's very self-serving. But if that's you, that's you. He'll gift wrap it for free. Most importantly, whatever you get there, he's going to ship it to you for free as well. So if you're not residing in the greater Willoughby, Ohio area, which most of us aren't, I am. Michael, you're here right now. You could stop over tomorrow on your way out of town, probably.
You know, that might be a good idea.
Why not?
Think so?
Take advantage of that. But you dial 440-943-2700, 440-943-2700, or visit StephenDeFranco.com. Figure out what you want first, then call him. Get hooked up from there. All right, we're back with McD. Right after this, stick around. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we are back. 877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com if you want to jump in on the show tonight. More than happy to have you call in. We're we have a guest, obviously, in the studio. It's this guy right here, Michael McDearman, Get Fired Up Food, Grillmaster Tour guy. Watch out. Coming to a Sam's Club near you. If you want to ask us a question, if you've followed Mike in a stalking fashion on the internets and you want to know a little bit more about him, please feel free to call in. We're more than happy to take your call. Also, answer any emails, whatever the case may be, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com, or call in 877-448-0433. So here we are with Michael McDearman, GetFiredUpFoods.com, GrillmasterTour.com. Check those websites out as we're talking here throughout the course of this evening, both first and second hour. The obvious question is this. Michael, nobody ever makes it a point to come to Cleveland. They make it a point to come to leave. People, what the hell are you doing here?
I didn't have a flat tire and I didn't break down.
Well, we're ahead by 2 stretches right there.
Yeah, it's a real pretty town, but it's not winter.
It'll be winter about 3 weeks. So you're getting out while the getting is good.
Get away before the ice moves in, huh?
Absolutely.
All right.
So what are you in town for exactly?
I'm actually passing through from Rockford, Illinois, all the way, and I'm going out and eating barbecue with my pinky out this weekend, doing a tour date in the Hamptons out on Long Island, New York.
Wow. So you're going to be out there for the Sam's Club tour out there?
I am. I've come through from the Rockford event at the regionals, and now we're coming over to the Eastern Seaboard. Going to work our way down through the Mid-Atlantic.
Medford's going to be a local?
Yes, it is. And then we're working our way down to Maryland, Virginia, actually 2 Virginia dates, and then zip on over to Hendersonville, Tennessee, and start going back towards the Midwest.
All right. So, over the course of a given year, as far as Sam's Club is concerned, how many dates are you doing? Well, how many are you booked for?
Gracious. I think out of the 30 or 31, I'm at 27.
Oh, wow.
You know, when you've got those sponsors, you know, I'm the grill master on the American Grill Master Experience. So you've got Beef It's What's for Dinner, Coca-Cola, Heinz, Bull Grills. And when you've got those folks, they love that exposure at Sam's Club.
Have you ever run into an instance where, well, maybe you haven't, but just in case, let's get your thought on it.
Sure.
Whether it's happened or not. Is there has there been a sponsor of Sam's Club, the Grill Master Tour part, or the businesses that you are representing that you've had personal problems with, or you didn't like their partnership or anything like that, or has everything been really good?
It's barbecue. It's been fantastic. You know, everybody's got that casual feel. They all have what we want to accomplish, but it's all about promoting barbecue is the ultimate bottom line.
Do you have a personal preference out of the sponsors that you have right now with this event, one that you feel a little bit more partial to? I mean, you love all of them, of course.
Well, they all have their own unique area. You know, you've got grills covered. You've got your sauces covered with Heinz. You know, Coca-Cola, Coke and a Smile. There's nothing better goes with whatever beverage you might want to do. And as far as Coke, and then you look at like Jimmy's salad dressing. I just did some work with Jimmy's salad dressing, and you actually learn a lot more about the products because they have such a great story, a lot of family heritage, a lot of backstory there that you never would know.
Do you find yourself almost, when you have something like a Jimmy's salad dressing or some of these other products, after you've been around them, I mean, you're there almost week in, week out with the same products, do you find ways to use them that you never even thought about?
Oh, yeah. You know, when I'm traveling around, I talked actually with Jimmy's about this, and in Madison, Wisconsin, at the Tornado Club, just off the Capitol there, we went to a steakhouse, and I would never have dreamed of putting blue cheese dressing and Catalina or French on the same wedge. And I did that, and they did that for me there, and then I was like, oh, my God, I got to do this with Jimmy's. It absolutely, it's that constant evolution of food knowledge and that growth. You never know it all. And so it's always a pursuit of what can you do next? What can you strive to do better? It's fun stuff.
All right, so in regards to the Sam's Tour and the Grill Master Tour, you're the high heat guy, Troy Black running the more low and slow KCBS competition aspect of it.
Sure.
If somebody's coming out to a Sam's Club event, if some people are going to be out in the Medford area this coming weekend, what can they expect from your area of...
I'm going to be delivering 5 different steak recipes. We're going to do ribeye, New York strip, 2 New York strip recipes, top sirloin and flank. So we're going to cover everything from the budget and economical side of beef all the way up to your prime celebration, but figure out how to do it for $8 or $9 at the house instead of $40 at the restaurant.
Is that strictly through the Sam's Club effort? Are you using steak and the meat from Sam's Club? Is that being provided
the beef
from
Checkoff
the Beef
is
Checkoff?
a sponsor. The Beef Checkoff, and that's Beef It's What's for Dinner. You know, the old Sam Elliott voiceover. And so he may be the voice, or Matthew McConaughey may be the voice, or however it goes. But I'm sort of the face out there and delivering, because I did teach the 3-time Junior World Champs how to cook. They just won July 4th weekend, too. Their third straight. And I think the tally's up to about $80,000 in college scholarship money that they've won.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. The youth are getting some great opportunities because we're growing the sport out there, too. Sponsors are stepping in there, too.
You're a steak guy. You're around it each and every weekend. Like, what are you looking for if, people are listening to the show? We run the gamut on knowledge. We got the guys that are the expert pit masters and grillers. We got the guys and the gals out there that might be a little bit more intermediate. They feel comfortable around the fire, but maybe their steak skills aren't where they think they should be. And then you have the beginners, guys who are just jumping in, maybe bought their first grill or smoke or whatever. Steak-wise, what should you be looking for? I mean, there's a strip steak that's $8. There's a strip steak that's $15. There's a strip steak that's $35. How do you delineate, and what can you do to make sure you're kind of buying what's best for you?
You sort of got rankings. You've got select, choice, prime, and then you get into the exotics of Wagyus and Kobe's and all those fun stuff. But as far as the backyard barbecue, I would go for USDA choice. That's going to be found in Sam's Clubs. A lot of other stores carry USDA choice. And when you're looking for choice, you want to take that cellophane wrapped package and run your finger across the meat section. Now, if it feels smooth like the palm of your hand, that's actually going to be soft white fat. That's going to render out, give you flavor, give you all that juiciness that you're looking for, all those great things. If it's hard kernels all the way through, almost feels like speed bumps like the back of your fingers, that's actually going to be hard white fat and not going to render out under hot and fast technique. That's more of a low and slow render out technique. So that's what I look for when I'm at the meat case. But if you've got any questions about what you want to cook, whether you're looking for beef that may be for stew meat or whether you want to put brisket and chili or something like that, go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com. They've got a virtual meat case there that lists off all types of different cuts and exactly what you can do with them.
All right, so in regards to this hard beef or the hard fat that you had mentioned, and I said hard beef, and I know I'm going to be getting a lot of emails about it. Relax, pervs. If you feel that, if you end up, or let's say you show up at somebody's house and they're like, hey, you're the grill guy, you come over here and cook us the food. We're going to buy it, but you cook it. When you put your finger over that and you feel it, like, what's the best way to get over that speed
You
bump?
earn the grill master title every time you cook, don't you? It's a compliment that folks give you. It's not something that you get from a diploma or something like that. I do medium heat, and that's the key. All this stuff on Food Network, they're telling you, sear it in, get it the high heat. They want us to get out like roosters in a hen house, flare our chests out, and go turn it on high and burn it in. That's actually not going to keep the juice inside the steak, and this is what I do. 325 to 350 degrees. That's the first step. Now, I go straight from the fridge to the grill to reduce flare-ups so I don't get that bitter char on my steak. I'm actually going to caramelize the sugars in and go 5 to 7 minutes the first side, cook to an internal temp of about 140, and then rest it for 5 minutes. That's it. You can take a mediocre piece of beef and turn it into an excellent steak.
So people that aren't familiar with the Michael McDermott way of cooking steaks, your method.
Yes.
And it's been proven, as you said, you got 3 times over junior steak cooking champions.
Well, and even go with the food science guy on Food Network, Alton Brown. He actually started out with the hot and fast sear technique early on. I think it was even episode 1 of his show, Good Eats. But then he came back and did the science experiment of cooking the exact same size piece of meat from the same animal, one on searing and one on the technique I'm talking about, and it weighs more. Well, what does that mean? It's got more juice, got more flavor, got more tenderness, all that good stuff. So that's what we're after.
The majority of people that are listening right now are like, wow, I would never cook my steak at 350. As you said, you're getting a lot of information from the Food Network or Cooking Channel or whatever the case may be. And even in a lot of cookbooks, if people are still reading cookbooks, they tell you get it screaming hot as it'll go. And you're going to seal in the juices. I mean, that's one of the biggest myths ever is sealing in the juices when you're searing a steak.
That and Born on Dating. I've had 13-year-old beer, and it was plenty good, Greg.
Of course. We're going to get sidetracked here just for a second. The other thing about beer is this notion of skunking. Mm. You get it cold, leave it in the garage after the fact because maybe you don't have room in your fridge anymore. And then it warms up, and then you re-cool it down in the refrigerator, and somehow it becomes skunked in the process. One of the biggest bullshit things I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I don't want to offend DivaQ, but I was going to say skunk beer. Isn't that Canadian?
Yes. Take that, Canada. All right, so your steak cooking method is 325. It's 5 to 7 minutes on the first side. So you're getting your... now, the other thing that I find upsetting is a very high stress on grill marks. I mean, you're getting grill marks on, what you're doing, even at 325, 350, but you're not looking for, super dark, black
You're looking for caramelized sugars out of the proteins that actually create true meat candy. You're not looking for the acidity of that ash that you're charring on when you go that high heat. And you're also not boiling out the moisture on that outer shell of meat.
Are you down with the ways of cooking steak like... let's call it a sous vide, or if you don't, I have a sous vide machine in the laundry room. I'll show you that after the fact.
Got a video coming out doing a Bubba, sort of a Bubba technique, is what I'm calling it for sous vide. Keep your eyes peeled on that one. That one's going to be a hot video.
All right, we'll look for that. But there's like my friend John Dawson from Patio Daddio Barbecue always likes to call it the redneck sous vide. So you keep the grill a little bit cooler. You're put it on there maybe at a 200 or 225 degrees for X amount of time until it reaches this internal temperature, and then you throw it on the screaming hot grill. Do you find that produces... Yeah, reverse seared. Yeah, that's the other way to call it. Are you a big fan of that style, or are you still...
you may have witnessed that on Barbecue Pitmasters with a tri-tip.
All right, well, second hour we'll certainly
I think Myron
reveal.
Mixon called Textbook and Diva something to the effect of best example ever.
She might have said something about that. I don't recall, but I'm sure Jack and yourself will fill us in the second hour about all the things that went down there. But I mean, you are the meat guy, so I mean, this is this method of cooking beef something that you take credit for, something that was taught to you? Where does this derive from?
You know, aside from the bacon explosion, I don't know that there's much that people can claim anymore that is truly theirs. You know, it's all been taught and all been pieced together, and it's how you want to use it on your cooker. Biggest knowledge is how do you want the end result to be, and this is things that I've pieced together from all over.
Why do you think these big media outlets and broadcast television stations continue to put out information that is potentially detrimental to a good end product?
Bottom line, ratings. Selling the sizzle gets people fired up. Now, my company is Get Fired Up Foods.
Yeah.
You know, it's that mindset of, I gotta go turn it on. I gotta go. And they get so excited about going to the grill and blasting because it's that testosterone. It's flaring your chest out like a rooster. It's getting out there and, oh, man, you know, it's like Tom Hanks on that movie, I have built fire.
Right.
You know, and when you actually look at it, the science side of it is, like sous vide, when you slow down the cooking process, you actually widen your window of where you finish, and so you can hit your target better. You also get a more even cook through that piece of meat, and it'll have more consistent color through that piece of meat. And if you want, now medium rare, those are all words. When you go to internal temperature, baby, that's when you get dialed in. That's when you're actually getting results.
So when you're flipping your steak over,
I'm looking for grill marks, Greg. I'm looking for that meat candy, that presentation side on that first side, because then if I'm not able to get it, by the way, let's back just a half step back.
Please.
Maillard effect. That's grill marks, basically.
Right.
And if you'll pat it dry and create a slightly saline solution, so basically just put a little salt on there, that helps with the grill marks. Little tidbit there that most people don't know. But as far as look for that first side on that 5 to 7 minutes, peek up under it, put it back down if it's not ready, right back where it was. But when it's got that good set of grill marks that you want to present somebody, flip it over, then cook to the internal temperature. Cleveland winters, Cleveland summers, totally different.
Right.
So you've got a different cooking time.
And so that was my next question. It's not, it's 5 to 7 minutes potentially on that first side, but it's not time on the second. You're not
Internal
setting another. It's just cooking to that internal temperature.
Yep.
So it would be obviously wise. I mean, you're on the grill each and every week. What are the big items people need to have to make sure that they're being a competent grill person?
You know, a digital read thermometer, $15 and up. I personally prefer a thinner tipped digital read thermometer. I'm up in the $100 range, but that's the Cadillac and washable and all that. With the meat itself, an easy hook is such an easy way to turn the meat. One hole in the meat is not going to lose a ton of juice. You're not going to be creating a leak like a leaky tire or anything. It's going to be keeping its juice in, and it's just a quarter turn of the wrist and flipping it over, and you're good to go. Tongs also work. I like to use aluminum foil as my grill brush because a grill brush will get gummed up and have things in it that's not really good. So I actually preheat the grill with a piece of aluminum foil over it so that it cleans off what's underneath, creates a real compact heat, and then use that same reduce, reuse, recycle and wad up that aluminum foil and use that as my grill brush scrape down. And if I really need a steam clean, just a big thick slice of onion.
Are you worried? I had Derek Riches on the show, it was probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. We were talking about this product that goes over the grill grates, and it captures the heat, and it's supposed to, carbonize everything, and everything just knocks off real easy.
Over the grill grates, like Grill Grates brand or Grill Grates?
No, just over the generic
sure.
place you cook on. And it was saying how great this was and how clean it's going to get. But all the manufacturers anybody was like, don't do this. You're going to blow out the bottom of the grill. There's explosion potential. Do you worry about that when you put the aluminum foil on there?
Safety's always a concern, and liability-wise, people need to be aware of that. I'm not telling them to go out on their own grill because I know from my personal knowledge and my experience on my grills.
Michael McDearman is joining me here on the show. By the way, in case you didn't notice, live in studio. There he is. Look at that guy. There he is. GetFiredUpFoods.com is his website. Also, GrillMasterTour.com. He's going to be in Medford, New York this coming weekend for the Sam's Club Tour, so check him out. In regards to the Sam's Club Tour, you've been around this year, well, for a number of years, but this year specifically, you've seen this barbecue competition unfold and all the regional events, 2 regionals now, and then a number of the local qualifying events.
What's your take as far as how it's evolving up to August 6th right now?
I've seen it over 3 years now.
Yeah.
And, this is probably the tightest regional I've ever seen, of course, with the scores. Most competitive. We had the top 3 teams from the national event last year at Sam's Club competing in this regional. It was a very tough crowd. As far as across the country, a lot of first-timers. The West Coast, Washington really represented. Up in the Northwest, Oregon, Washington, they really represented well. Came on down to the regional with just a few days' notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did well, And so you see a lot of not just the standard names creeping in. They're first-time winners popping up with GCs.
Are you surprised that maybe some of the big names that you've seen over the last 3, 4, 5 years that are taking part in Sam's might not be moving on? They might get through a local into regional, but they're not moving on through regional. I mean, is this just kind of the state of where barbecue is right now?
Barbecue is getting so popular. You've got Barbecue Pitmasters, of course, out there, but other shows, you've got YouTube, you've got classes to take both online as well as face-to-face, and the more knowledge that's out there, the more it's spreading, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. I think KCBS is going to have the most contests that they've ever had this year. I heard it was over 400, but I'm not sure of that.
Yeah, that's a huge number, and that's just one sanctioning body. So, we do give a lot of time to Kansas City Barbecue Society here on this show.
But we can't forget NEBS and Mid-Atlantic and FBA, GBA. You go out west. I mean, they're all over. Northwest Barbecue Association.
Right. Florida Barbecue Association
Minnesota
as well. Yeah, I mean, Memphis Barbecue Network. So, I mean, there's do you think there might ever be a point where, you get this big consolidation of maybe 5 or 6 of them, and all of a sudden,
don't talk
like
BCS.
KCBS.
Don't talk BCS. No BCS.
Yeah, but BCS is kind of bullshit because you play a season, and if you lose once, you're potentially out of it.
True, but
I hate college football.
But think about this.
I hate it.
Oh, go Vols! I got to say it. It's like 25 days till kickoff. I'm sorry,
We're not
but
counting.
Not that it's not looked or anything, but I sang Rocky Top in the shower. But anyway, as far as everything goes, I think that each individual sanctioning body has its own characteristics. NEBS is definitely different than Florida Barbecue Association and GBA and all those.
I don't know what I just did right here. All right, now I know what I did.
Getting happy finger trigger.
I know.
Trigger
there
finger.
we are. All right, Michael McDearman joining us here on the show. He is in studio. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to come back with Richard Parker from the Barbecue Superstore to recap the Sam's Club that we've actually been talking about for the last couple minutes. And a little bit more with Mike and Jack Waybor in the second hour. Folks, I just talked with Fred Bernardo of Tasty Licks Barbecue Supply a couple days ago. And so, first things first, what are some of the new brands that he's carrying? Kamado Joe Cookers. We just gave Kamado Joe's a shout-out earlier in the show. Meadow Creek Cookers, spices, sauces, accessories. Many of these items in stock, ready to ship to you directly. Now, maybe you've been looking for some products, maybe Oak Ridge brines and rubs. Have you been looking for the complete line of Plowboys rubs and sauces? How about the Smoke on Wheels products? Tasty Licks has them all, and of course you know by now that Tasty Licks Barbecue is your Big Green Egg headquarters, including many items for the egg that you can't get anywhere else. A lot of these things made specifically for Fred Bernardo and the gang over at Tasty Licks, and these parts are in stock, by the way, ready to ship to you directly. Also, Tasty Licks Barbecue now carrying Harry Sue's new chicken rub. This particular one is the one that helped Harry win 8 grand championships last year, as well as being the KCBS Team of the Year in the chicken category. So that's saying quite a bit. Buy some, buy early, buy often. Now, maybe you're looking for injections. Tasty Licks Barbecue carries all the heavy hitters here as well. Butcher's Barbecue, Cosmos Q, every type of barbecue guru, and their associated accessories. Tasty Licks, a Green Mountain Grill pellet dealer as well. And Fred says right here on the show when we have him on, they provide a lot of classes to the public. Fred teaches a lot of them, but he's also bringing in some of the top names in the barbecue and grilling industry to give you those competition cooking classes. Fred does a lot of pizza classes as well, so many specialty things going on. You got to check out his website. Now, attention teams. Tasty Licks Barbecue is your competition headquarters. All supplies for the competition teams are all right here. Pans in different sizes, aluminum trays, gloves, thermometers, turn-in boxes for practice. Make this your one-stop shop. TastyLicksBBQ.com is the place to go, so head on over there right now. Enjoy the videos that Fred puts up on his page as well. There's like 750,000 of them. Plenty of them to choose from, and you're going to learn a lot. And aside from being very entertaining, Fred is actually a very good teacher, so check him out. And don't forget, The Tasty Licks carries their own line of rubs and sauces. You got to try those as well. And when you make your order, drop Fred a line that you heard about him here on this show. And let him know that you appreciate the support of this show as we appreciate the support that he is giving us as well. Support him, so he supports us. It's like a two-way street. It's one hand washing the other. It's kismet, whatever you want to call it. TastyLicksBBQ.com. That's TastyLicksBBQ.com. We're back with Richard Parker right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Now, the time of the show when we give stuff away. Gonna give it away for free at no cost. So get ready to send that email right now.
All right, first giveaway item for this evening. Sorry, no heads up on that. Oddly enough, a $10 gift card to thebbqsuperstore.com. All you have to do is send me an email in the subject line, Michael McDearman, GrillmasterTour.com. Spell it all out. Spell it all out. And you can win a $10 gift certificate from the BarbecueSuperstore.com. In the subject line, Michael McDearman, GrillmasterTour.com. Spell it all out. Don't cheat, or you won't win. Good luck.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Big B, Moonshine Band, Suburban Noise Records. Let's go! I'm an outlaw. Give me two
All right,
shots.
877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Michael McDearman joining us tonight. In the studio, my next guest just won the Rockford, Illinois finals for the Sam's Club Series this past weekend. Here to help us recap the cook and the weekend in general, the pitmaster of the aptly named Barbecue Superstore. Let's welcome in first-timer to the show, Rich Parker. Rich, how are you, buddy? Rich. Oh, hold on a second. I know. We might make you start. Rich, you there, buddy? Man, I can barely hear. Hold on one second. Let me go check my connection underneath the computer here. All right, hold on one second. Stand by. Rich, you there, buddy?
I'm here.
Hey, all right. Sometimes you just got to take the connector out and put the connector back in. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous. Rich, we also have Michael McDearman from the Grillmaster Tour. I'm sure you saw him cooking fabulous steaks this past weekend.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Mike a few times out there.
Absolutely. All right, so, Rich, before we get into the recap of this past weekend and, kind of how you're moving on to the finals, which is absolutely fabulous by winning this event, maybe a little background about yourself and how you got into the competition barbecue scene.
Well, I started cooking back in 2008 in my backyard and just wanted to get some better barbecue than what I could find in restaurants. And I came across the Great Lakes Barbecue Association, and that led me to the various barbecue forums. And I took it from there. I just love to compete, and I had a blast.
Rich, did the Barbecue Superstore come after the fact? Did you start competing first and then decide to get into the retail side of things?
Yeah, I started competing 2010, and we opened the store last summer, fall.
All right, so just maybe not even a year into the retail side. How are you finding that as like a business? Typically, a lot of people doing the barbecue thing might find a little bit of a hurdle to get over when you're doing the online. Do you have brick and mortar, or is it strictly just internet-based sales?
Strictly internet-based. We, The opportunity came to open the stores from the Great Lakes Barbecue Supply Company. They were sponsoring me for 2010-2011 barbecue season, and talking to Mike and Steve, they just decided they wanted to get out, and me and my business partner Mark Rasmussen decided that we wanted to get in, and we wanted to start our own identity, so we liquidated their store and started our own.
There you go, and now that's thebbqsuperstore.com. We just gave away a $10 gift certificate. By the way, congratulations to Steve Quass for winning that. So, Rich, you're going to be getting some information on Steve, who just won that $10 gift card that you gratefully give away each week on the show, and we certainly appreciate that. So let's go ahead and transition over to this past weekend. Anything out of the ordinary that you had to contend with this past weekend that might have made the cook a little bit more challenging for you?
The whole cook was a challenge. We started off on Friday trying to prep our ribs, and we found the middle rack of our 3-pack of Excels just full of shiners. We couldn't use it, so we ended up having to walk into the Sam's Club there in Rockford and pick up a new 3-pack of ribs to cook for that weekend, which is usually something I don't like to do. I usually like to have all my meat prepared and ready to go before I get there. So that was one hurdle. The second hurdle is my chicken wouldn't get done. 11:40, I normally pull my chicken off, and it was 145 degrees, and I was just scrambling trying to get the pit as high as I could get it and get the chicken up as high as I can get it, and we barely got it in.
What temperature are you usually trying to finish your chicken at?
175. I usually pull it off.
175?
Yeah.
Rich, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but Harry Sue might tell you that chicken's done at 145 degrees. You might have been just fine turning that in. You don't subscribe to that by chance?
No, I usually like to take it a little bit longer. I think you get a little bit better tenderness bite if it's cooked a little bit past that.
Rich Parker joining us here on the show. TheBBQSuperstore.com is his website. What other hurdles did you have to contend with there, Rich?
After we got chicken barely in, we started processing the pork for the pork box, and it was another one. It was right down to the wire. We just trying to find some really good pieces in there, and we ended up finding good enough for to get a call 10th, which was extremely happy. But then going right into our brisket, it was a little too tender for my liking, and I was really hoping it would. I kept my buddy Matt McKinnon, who was cooking with me. He was quite concerned. I said, "Well, let's hope it's the last one to be tasted, and it'll tighten up a little bit before the judges get to it."
Overall, as far as turn-ins are concerned, I mean, typically, at least over the history of this show, you would find that when the cooks like what they're turning in, the judges seem to hate it. When they hate what they're turning in, the judges seem to love it. Did that seem to follow suit with you, or were you and the judges kind of on par?
Usually everything that came out this weekend tasted exceptional. Of course, I thought. So usually I'm right on with the judges, but it just had a lot of hurdles to get to the end of the box and into the judges. Everything seemed to go wrong. It just wasn't one of those smooth cooks where it just flies into the box and into the judges, and you just go on to the next one. It was just chaos.
When I always talk to the pit masters about, chicken always starts out with the calls. You don't get the call. Do you think that immediately that you've tanked off? Do you think you were somewhere around that 10th spot? You finished 14th overall, so right around the middle of the pack. But are you thinking at that point that the chicken might have done worse than you've anticipated since you don't get that top 10 call?
Oh yeah, I thought for sure it ruined it for us. When my chicken has been scoring pretty well the last few comps, and when we didn't get that call and they were going through the top 10, I thought for sure. We looked at each other and we both looked at each other and said it was chicken. It knocked us out. We thought for sure that was it.
So when you move on to ribs, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We just thought for sure that in the overall it was 11th place. That chicken knocked us out of it.
When you move on to ribs and you end up winning that category, you feeling a little bit more re-energized? You feel like, regardless of what the chicken did, we've won a category, we're a little bit better positioned now.
Absolutely. We knew it would definitely help, especially with the amount of calls. Some of the teams were on their second call, so we definitely knew it was. It brought a little bit of life into us. Yeah.
So with the issues that you had with pork, you end up getting a 10th overall there, and then a brisket gets you a 6th overall. Given the fact that you have 3 calls overall, you win a category. Your top 10 are better than the other 2, that being pork and brisket. As they're calling you out for brisket, are you pretty confident at that point you might have sewed this one up and you're going to take the win, or are you still pretty much crapping your drawers because you don't know where the chicken's at?
Yeah, exactly. Crap in the drawers. Yellow River had 3 calls. Grills Gone Wild, Iowa had 3 calls. And when I thought for sure Yellow River won when they called Grills Gone Wild, Iowa for reserve.
Rich Parker joining us here on the show. Rich, I'm always fascinated with the fact that, once you start calling overall, when you don't hear your name at 10th and 9th and 8th and 5th and 3rd and 2nd, are you thinking, wow, we really crapped the bed? Or, hey, we just might have a shot given the fact that we won a category and we have those 2 other calls?
With all the talent that was there, I thought for sure, because I was at the regional in 2011 and I got 11th. I missed the top 10 by 3 points. We thought for sure that's what happened again. When they didn't call our name, we thought for sure that's what happened again. When
you get the call as grand champion, what are some of those initial emotions that start to run over you and your partner?
Oh, we were just stunned. We couldn't believe it. We walked up and we were still stunned all the way through. I mean, looking at the scores, how tight they were, I think in the top 3, with QL, Grills Gone Wild, and then us, we're all 683. And only a half point or so not separated the 3 of us. So when I seen the scores, I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, between the 3 of you guys, I think between you and QL, you were about 0.6 of a point, and even less between Grills Gone Wild, Iowa, and yourselves. I mean, that was an absolute. That's probably got to be one of the closer finishes in this regional final that we've seen. I mean, Michael, you've seen it in a number of years. I mean, you remember
the whole top 10 was very tight. Yeah, even while Troy Black was announcing, he was able to share that it was really, really tight. And then when you got up to the top, it was just slam-packed.
Yeah, between 1 and 10, you're looking at 9 points separating, top from Lucky's Q, who won it last year, advancing on as well. Rich, do you find, so now you got to wait all the way until October to take the finals challenge here. How many events do you have planned to keep you up and going, keep that consistency going in between that time?
I have 4 events on the calendar that I plan on hitting before then. I might try to add one late September because as you cook more, it's you stay in your groove. So it'd be nice if I can find one late September to fill a little bit of that gap.
Because of how well you did, and Michael was there to see it in the local event, because of how well you did here in the regional, are you able to glean any type of momentum going into that final because of how well you have done in the 2 preceding events going into this one in Bentonville?
It sure helps with the confidence level to hang with this crew. The teams that make it down there are just there's some amazing talent that's going down there, and to be able to just be in most of their presence is an honor, and just to compete against them is great. So, yeah, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go.
And let's make no mistake, as honored and as whatever, to be in the presence. You're there to kick some ass and take some names.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Give me absolutely. All right. We're talking with Rich Parker from the Barbecue Superstore, thebbqsuperstore.com. Just won this past weekend in Rockford, Illinois, taking that regional, and then we'll be moving on with 9 other teams to the Bentonville, Arkansas finals, which will be in October 19th, right, Michael? Is it October? I think it's October 19th. I'll double check. But either way, Rich, great job this past weekend. Obviously, a very good job in the local, even to get to the regionals. And wish you nothing but the best. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, you got it. There he is. Rich Parker joining us, thebbqsuperstore.com. Like, fantastically close. I mean, any contest is always good when it's close, but even when it's a barbecue competition, not known for, like, big crashes and home runs or whatever.
When you see that team performing so consistently, it was like Tippy Canoe the first year. I think he got maybe 6th in the first round and barely squeaked into the second round, and then he starts hitting, and then he has one of the biggest months of any team.
Oh yeah,
and 3 or 4 GC. I mean, you can get on a roll and just run with it, baby.
Do you think the teams that have, and look, you enter in your particular regions back in February or whenever the hell it is. I mean, months and months and months prior to when the final is going to happen. Do you think that teams are taking time to look at those regionals and say, this is when this regional final is, assuming we would make it up through, and it's closer to the finals date? Do you think one
I think
has
teams
any more
have different
advantage?
schools of thought, and they all form their own strategy. Some may just say, I'm going to stick to my guns, do what I do, and not going to change a thing. Some are going to look at the regional and say, okay, we got all master judges coming in for the SAMs. This is what we should do. And it really is. It's what table you get sat at, but you just go in and cook it well. That's what you got to focus on. Performance, and then let the judges just determine.
Absolutely. We are joined in studio by the one and only Michael McDermott, Get Fired Up Foods. Also, the grillmastertour.com. He'll be with us in the second hour as well. And we just talked with Rich Parker from the Barbecue Superstore, thebbqsuperstore.com. Congratulations to Steve, is it Quas? Maybe is the K silent? Maybe it could be Steve Was. It could be Steve Kawase. I don't know. He won. So, Steve, you don't need to send me anything. I'll get you hooked up with the email address over to Rich, and then he'll tell you how to redeem from there. So, congratulations to Rich Parker and the gang over there at the Barbecue Superstore for winning this past weekend. And, obviously, thank you for them giving away the $10 gift card each and every week here on this show. All right, gang, let me tell you, little secret to Rich Parker. If you want to make sure you're winning over at the Bentonville, get some Butcher's Barbecue. Come on. Just kidding, Rich. I mean, unless you use it, then, drop me a line. No validation needed here as far as Butcher Barbecue products are concerned. We all know Butcher's well known for the injections, the pork, the beef, of course, that prime injection, the bird booster. Bird? Hold on. Mike, jump on camera. If I told you, if you brined your chicken, you would get 7% moisture retention. What if I told you if you injected with Bird Booster from Butcher Barbecue, you would retain 3 times more to 21% moisture in that chicken? What would you do?
For good chicken, I'd even pat it on like cologne. I don't care.
Absolutely. He would Bird Booster the neck.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a little aftershave. Yeah.
Woo-hoo. I'm no mathematician, but 3 times the amount of 3 times the amount more moisture retained might lead me to believe to at least try it. Why not? Bird Booster, it's selling like hotcakes. As far as that prime injection is concerned, Butcher's Barbecue has done something special here. They're using that award-winning flavor enhancer that you've known and loved, keeping that brisket juicy, combined it with what has become the competition standard in beef flavor. It's available for sale right now, butcherbbq.com. Now, if you're looking for a go-to rubber sauce, you have hit the mother lode here as well. You have the steak and brisket rub. You got that honey rub, which you've seen on television a number of times, especially in that Barbecue Pitmasters show. Try the premium rub, especially if you inject with Butcher's. It's formulated to work with that injection, a perfect 1-2 punch to impress judges, or if you're like me, friends. And last but not least, that sweet barbecue sauce. Look, when it comes to sauce, I'm as picky as it gets, and Butcher's sweet sauce wins in every category for me each and every time. No worries on the shipping either. No items totaling up to $55. Ship at $8.55. From $55 to $200, ship at $9.75. Anything over $200 after tax, $0, 0 cents. We call that free where I come from. Free is me. I say it. Head on over to butcherbbq.com. That's butcherbbq.com. Stock up on all the products. And again, don't worry about the shipping. It's not going to kill you. We're back to wrap up the first hour. Right after this, 2 giveaways in the next hour. So look forward to that. Stick around. I'll be right back.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we're back, 877-448-0433, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. If you want to jump in, more than happy to have you. Michael McDearman joining me here on the show, in studio all 2 hours. Thank you very much. GetFiredUpFoods.com, GrillMasterTour.com. Get Fired Up Foods, you can buy the chicken changer over there, right?
You can buy the chicken changer as well as Easy Hooks.
Sweeping
and
the nation.
Orca coolers coming soon, as
Orca
well as
coolers.
Erga Chef knives.
Erga Chef knives. All right, maybe we'll talk about those here in a little bit. I want to thank Rich Parker for joining me this past segment, recapping the win at Sam's Club, also giving us a little background about how he got into the online retailing. Online retailing is kind of a tough gig.
It is a tough gig. You know, you've got to carry quality products.
Yeah, and customer service, I would imagine, has to be
Absolutely.
like key there. Last time I checked, the internet has a lot of stuff out there.
Just a few items.
Got to deal with the reputable people. Obviously, Richard Parker out there, very reputable, dealing with this show. I'm not going to turn you on to something that's going to screw you, at least not intentionally. Don't want your emails. Just saying. He's a good guy. He's been dealing
Rich
with the
is
show.
one of the quality people in the industry.
Yeah. I've gotten the same instant chat comments during his whole set. Great guy, one of the best guys ever. Not better than me, but he's right up there. I'm like 1A, he's 1B. All right, we're going to step away real quick, reload for the second hour. We got Jack Waybor coming in around 10:14. We're going to be talking about the Barbecue Pitmasters. Look at this email I'm getting from Dave Bosca. I'm not kidding when I say this. Sorry, been hauling hay. Just got this. What is that?
When the sun's shining, you got to make hay.
When I make hay, it's something different, and the lights are off.
Hey,
You know what I
hey,
mean?
hey, hey.
Boom. Dave, hauling hay. Better you than me. All right, we are going to step away briefly, and when we come back, we got some second takes. Top of the second hour, don't forget 2 giveaways coming up in the 10 o'clock hour as well. We got some Sweet Smoke Q juice from Jim Elser of Sweet Smoke Q, and Brian Corbett giving away some Smokin' Cully's barbecue sauce, the Just Leave the Bones barbecue. Hey, you can win some stuff on this show.
A lot of stuff.
Forget about it. All right, we're going to reload with our drinks. You reload with your drinks. We'll meet back here in about 3-4 minutes. What do you say? Good?
Good.
All right. We'll catch you back.
Understand my intention.
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan. So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
Charbono! It's all about the Charbono, dude!
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 54 wieners.
But listen, Lavernius, shake a face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top.
Hi, first time hosting the show. Thanks for coming in.
How's that drink, Greg?
Water will kill you every time, I swear to God. 877-448-04. Kent Wheelis picking me up. Mike, right? Thanks to Rich Parker for joining me last segment, bbqsuperstore.com. He just Jack Waybor is anxious to make sure that his connection is good. Let's just see what happens here. We're throwing caution to the wind. See if we can. I'm going to need to set up a third camera, I think.
Oh, my.
Yeah, so we can get you. Let me see here. Let's see if see what we got going with Jack here. Jack, you there, buddy? Jack.
Jack's not back.
Yeah. Jack's back all night. Jack. Hello. Plugged in, buddy? No? All right. Call back in when you're plugged in. Plugged in?
Plugged in?
Yeah, whatever. All right, still to come tonight. More with Michael McDearman and Jack Waybor coming up talking about... Did he leave me a video message? Look at that guy.
Oh, my.
Wait, hold on. Let's try it again here. Jack. I can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? All my microphones are on. I should be hearing him. You plugged in, Jack? Can you hear me? He can't hear me. I can see him going, hello.
Bueller?
I know. He's not there. I mean, he's there, but he's not there. You're going to have to call me back when you got your sound on there, Jack. All right. So we got Jack coming up. We have more with Michael McDearman. There he is. Wave high to the camera, Michael. There he is. GetFiredUpFoods.com, GrillMasterTour.com. On the show next week, is it next week? I got to get to my calendar now. Jesse Black was supposed to be on the show now, well, in like next segment from ThermoWorks, but there were some things that we needed to work out. So he is going to be on, it's September 3rd, so he's moved back a number of weeks. Coming up next week, which is the 13th, David Marks is going to be joining us, Operation Barbecue Relief. We're going to be talking about
Great
that
organization.
whole hog thing that they're going to be doing at the American Royal.
Exciting news.
Pretty cool. If you listen to Chad Ward's show, Whiskey Bend Barbecue, in the Pit radio show thingy on Blog Talk Radio, which sounds like butt. No offense, Chad. Just us. They talked about that first. You'll get a little recap on that next week with us, so a little double dip on chatters over there. David Marks from Operation Barbecue Relief. And then, folks, hold on to your hat. Making his triumphant return after a number of months absent, Meathead will be finally joining us. Lots of things to talk to with Meathead. Let's see if we got Jack. You there, buddy?
Hey, Greg, are you there?
Hey, I can hear Jack.
There we go. Fine. I don't know what I did or didn't do.
Well, obviously you didn't plug something in.
I got an iPad. I don't have anything to plug in.
I've got nothing witty to say after
it's
that.
It's live. It's not Memorex, Jack, so we're going.
All right. So it sounds like we're good. And if you can wait 9 more minutes, we'll call you back and we'll have this big episode about how you're a big TV star now, Jack.
I am not a big TV star, though. TV star is sitting next to you or looks like maybe in the other room.
Oh.
I'm on the east wing of the studio.
Wait. You're talking about this? You're talking about this guy, right?
That's the star right there.
Right. Or are you talking about that guy?
Who is that guy?
They can't recognize me when I'm incognito with a beard.
Check it out. Michael grew a beard.
That's right. Not only am I taking in stray cats, I'm taking in people walking down the street in big diesel stroke pusher engine trucks as well. Come on over. You couldn't take the private Jack Waybor jet up here and join us in studio, Jack?
No, the private Jack Waybor jet is busy carrying around Mrs. Jack Waybor wherever she wants to go.
Right. Well, that's
Smart man.
What we always say in this show, happy wife, happy life. Absolutely.
Take it.
All right, Jack, so we're going to call you back in about 6 minutes, and then we'll start from there, all right?
It's going to be wonderful.
All right. We'll talk to you here in just a little bit. Jack Waybor, everybody, making his... we're hyping up the crowd for Jack. So we got him... The Sam's Club Series was in Rockford, Illinois. Maybe you heard about that.
I think I was there.
Oh, right. You were right. You're right. Michael was there. I was not there, but I heard about it. I read it all about it on KCBS.us. This was the second regional final that's taken place. Of course, the first one took place in Las Vegas this past April, which you were there for as well. What about Vegas? I mean, you like
Vegas,
just
baby, Vegas.
Forget barbecue and whatever. Like, I've never been there. I don't know if I've had like a burning desire to get out there. Like, is
I think
it
I got
awesome?
a 3-day max on Vegas. You know, you go and experience it, and it's time to come home.
Is it too over talked about? Is it overhyped?
It's what you want to make of it.
I don't even know what that means. All right.
It's better that you don't.
So, amen, say it again. The top 10 teams coming out of Rockford will be moving on to Bentonville, Arkansas this coming October 19th. I was right. Mm-hmm. My memory is like a steel trap of nothing. We just talked to the winner of the Rockford, Illinois Regional with a 683 9.5. Rich Parker, the BarbecueSuperstore.com. Grills Gone Wild, Iowa, 68337. QWOW, third, 68335. Gillies. What do you know about Gillies Barbecue? You follow these guys at all?
You know, I haven't until recently. And when you say Gillies, and I think of a Texas honky tonk.
I have been, luckily, just out of sheer luck, I was doing that MC event over at Miami, Oklahoma. Sorry for the
what an event!
Miami, Oklahoma, for the Oklahoma Indians. Gillies took second or third place there.
Strong.
So I was talking to Blazin' Barbecue, the team that won it, and he's like, "Man, Gillies won the event that we were at last weekend, and they've been like trading on and off. And Blazin' Blues has done tremendously well this year." But that son of a bitch, Gillies, like, I started keeping track on him. He's won a number of events. He's like reserve. He's 3, 4, 5. I mean, this guy is serious business.
You know, it happens that quick.
Yeah, he's cooking his face off. So Gillies is fourth. Friend of the show, Ryan Newstrom, Big T's Q Crew, fifth place.
Oh yeah,
big name. Second, City Smoke with a 675.88. Another friend of the show, Doug Caston, Smoker's Purgatory. They won Lenexa last year, if you need them.
Keeps rolling.
They also took part in the Kingsford Invitational Cook-Off because he won Lenexa. That was a qualifying event there. And then Tippecanoe Q Barbecue team, they won it 2 years ago.
I almost got to take Joe out. He was sitting in the aisle. Here comes my big old diesel pusher, and that bounty, I thought I was going to get it.
Just missed it by
that much.
Scott Nelson, friend of the... Is everybody a friend of the show? Pigskin Barbecue, 674.8. Talk about one of the top teams in the industry. Little off this year, but have been wreaking havoc all over the place, even as part of Swine Assassins the year prior to last year before they split up and went on their own. And then rounding out the top 10, I hate to say it, folks, we're hoping it wouldn't happen. We could have a repeat winner of Sam's Club. Justin McGlawn and Lucky's Q win, round out the top 10. So those guys move on to Bentonville, Arkansas, October 19th. I mean, it seems to be like a far-fetched idea, but he's in. There's no reason.
It's every team's game. What do they want? They can bring it.
So let's review. Lucky's Q, Iowa team. Pigskin, Iowa team. Tippecanoe, Iowa team. Big T's, Q Crew, Iowa team. There's a lot of Iowa teams that are in it again. I mean, this place, what is in the water in Iowa?
I tell you, they got it dialed in. They've had it dialed in for, 2-3 years now? It's just been coming strong. And, there's other teams out there in Iowa that have been performing too, not just these.
Yeah, of course. And I've been long asking all these top Iowa pitmasters, what's going on over there. Very close to the vest. So...
very quiet.
I don't know if there's like 50 nuclear reactors over there. And
I think it's Children of the Corn. They're keeping their secrets.
Children of the Corn. I see what you did there. Right. I see. That's very, this guy should be open mic. Michael and I are going to open mic night at the Improv after we're done with the
Please
show.
Tip your waiters and waitresses.
That's right. We'll be here all week. We were going to be talking about the drunk man who passes out and wakes up without his penis. However, we've run out of time, and we'll have to get to that next week. Sorry about that.
Close shave, the man said to the barber.
Right. Evidently way too close of a shave. All right, we're coming back with Jack Waybor and Michael McDermott to talk a little bit about the Barbecue Pitmasters from 2 weeks ago. But first, if I could, let me talk to you quickly about the longest-running sponsor of the show, the Barbecue Guru. Look, if you're thinking about automatic pit temperature control devices for your cooker, stop right here. Forget about all the other ones that you've been hearing about. This is the company that started it all. They are the creators of this technology. Why would you buy one from anybody else? Look, if it comes already with one, if your cooker is made and it's got a pit, that's different. If you're looking for aftermarket automatic pit temperature control devices, you have to go to the Barbecue Guru. Now, maybe you're not familiar with how these little beauties work. I'm not going to break down and dissect the minute details, but imagine a product that allows you to set your pit temperature in one set. It keeps it running at that set temperature all the way through the cook. Sound too good to be true? It's not. This is real life. You can take advantage of this technology today. Now, maybe you're a busy working professional. I mean, Michael's on the road all the time. I'm... Okay, well, I guess I'm not, working. Nevertheless, if I was... Hey, I got kids. I'm doing errands. I'm running around. I don't have time to tend pit temperatures all day long. The Barbecue Guru will allow you to throw a pork butt or a brisket or a couple slabs of ribs on. Then you're off to do whatever it is you need to get done, and the Barbecue Guru maintains that pit temperature you set it at. There's currently a number of different models to choose from. The most popular one right now, it's like 1A, 1B. We just talked about that as far as, who's the best TV star, Michael or myself. CyberQ Wi-Fi selling like crazy. You see the CyberQ Wi-Fi all over the place now? Internet, smartphone access. I mean, you can literally be in your trailer or in your bedroom at your house. You pick up your smartphone. You can see your pit temperatures here. If you're cooking fast, you can ramp it down. If you are cooking... You're on. What? Oh, okay. If you are cooking slow, you can ramp it up. If you're cooking fast, you ramp it down. You can see up to, I think it's 4 probes. This thing is phenomenal. Now, the counterbalance to that, the Party Cube, $129. Doesn't get any less expensive. Easiest point of entry. I affectionately refer to it as the whore of automatic pit temperature, because you can take it from the Weber Smoky Mountain. You can put it on a Big Green Egg. You can put it on a Kamado Joe. You can put it on a wood-burning offset pit. It's all self-enclosed. It's AA batteries. Oh, right. Maybe you need your microphone on, too. There you go. So here's what you have to do. You go to thebbqguru.com or you call them 800-288-GURU. That's 800-288-GURU. Again, the website, thebbqguru.com, and you are off and running. They'll help you out, give you exactly what you need to get you up and running right out of the box. All right, we're back with Jack Waybor and Michael McDermott right after this. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Networks.
Now's the time on the show where we give stuff away, yeah. It's free and you don't have to pay a thing, that's why it's free, yeah.
And before we get to Jack Waybor, we will give away something. Why not give away? Courtesy of Jim Elser from Sweet Smoke Q. That's Sweet Smoke and then the letter Q.com. A bottle of Sweet Smoke Q juice. Michael, you're a guest. What should people be putting in the subject of the email they're going to be sending us to win a bottle of Sweet Smoke Q juice?
Pitmasters Tri-Tip.
Pitmasters Tri-Tip. Spelled correctly or just...
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sort of like Jeopardy, you know.
I can't wait to see what we're about to get. This is going to be Pitmasters Tri-Tip. Michael will be checking in the emails to make sure that we have the correct winner picked out. But you can now win a bottle of Sweet Smoke Q juice courtesy of Jim Elser. Sweet Smoke, the letter Q.com. Good luck.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we're back. 877-448-0433. We congratulate Alan Frankel on winning Sweet Smoke Q Juice. Alan, send me your shipping info I'll forward that over to Jim, and you, my friend, will be trying out some sweet smoked Q-juiced pork injection. Have you heard about it?
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's fabulous. You can almost drink it, I think, when it's mixed. Like some of that stuff you don't want to, after you get it mixed up.
Pour a shot? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. We're going to grab Jack Waybor here. I got to figure out how I'm actually going to move us around here. How do I want to do this?
Oh, he's a lot better looking than me. Put him up in my spot.
All right, we can do that. Oh, wait, I can't do that. Wait, I can. Why is it not working?
Eeny, meeny, miny. Hey, Mo.
Jack, why can't I see what I want to see?
Yeah, I don't have any idea, Greg. I'm not the media mogul that you even... I don't even know what to say.
Hey, I appreciate you just saying nothing. That's fine with me. All right. Let me see. All right, so I'm going to have to just dump this really quick. And then
is there a third on the switch?
No, I mean, you know me. I'm always trying to figure out what's the lazy way for me to get out of actually trying to figure something out without having to redo it.
That's a good-looking guy right there.
There you go. There's Jack Waybor, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the show. Jack is... I'm being joined by Michael McDermott in the studio, but via Skype, pitmaster of Common Interest Barbecue and South Carolina Barbecue pitmaster legend, Jack Waybor, joining us here on the show. And we go back like a number of years, right, Jack? What is it like? Is it maybe even 10 years?
I bet it's even longer than that, Greg. You going back to the archives. We did a rib round table, I think, and either a Boston butter or a brisket a long time ago.
Yep.
I think I did those maybe with Kevin Babington.
I remember
a couple others.
Did we even do one with? Were you on the one with Meathead as well?
It's possible. It's been a long time.
Well, nevertheless, long overdue. He's back. And, of course, if you recognize Jack, not necessarily from this show or from my archives, you might recognize him from Great TV, which tell us a little bit about Great TV, Jack.
Great TV is a show that we do with Bill West. Comes out every Thursday. We do a lot of grilling on that show, a lot of backyard grilling. And we're just into doing pretty much as much crazy stuff as we can think of. Last year we did the Summer of Extreme Barbecue when we grilled or barbecued all of the Looney Tunes animals, which was a lot of fun. Bugs Bunny was my favorite.
I would figure, being a South Carolina guy, that Porky Pig would have been your favorite. You know, pig, Carolina, mecca of pork, whatnot.
It's birthplace of American barbecue, actually, and it is the birthplace of American barbecue, and the pork was fun. We actually made, in fact, last week on Great TV, we made BLTs using pig candy. Tremendous. Put them on a Hawaiian roll. It was almost like we were talking about dessert for dinner. It was good.
I don't want to start a fist fight here, Jack, but far be it from me to not be somebody that needles. Some would say that the birthplace of American barbecue is indeed Virginia.
Some as in Tuffy?
Many a barbecue researcher and historian has said that the true place of Southern barbecue is Virginia. How do you answer that?
I answer by saying that in the olden days, Virginia was actually settled by the English, I believe. That would have been the story of John Smith and Pocahontas and that story. And the South was settled by the Spanish. And if you look for the root word of barbecue, it's barbacoa. And that doesn't sound English to me at all.
So what are we thinking about the Virginia thing then?
The Virginia thing, is it can't be. If barbacoa is Spanish and the Spaniards settled on the islands of South Carolina, then by golly, it's impossible for Virginia to be the birthplace of American barbecue.
All right. I'm not going to sit here and argue.
Barbacoa just doesn't sound like a British word to me.
No, but I'm here to make sure that we're
well, now, Greg, we all know that history's always written correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Never written. All right. Jack Waybor joining. All right, so lots to get to here, Jack. Before we talk about the TV show and stuff, maybe a little bit of background about you, your barbecue history, and, kind of when you got into this whole competing thing as well.
Competing's been a long time. We probably go back 15 years competing. Originally under the name Pigs in the Wing. Won the South Carolina State Championship in 2006 under Pigs in the Wing, and then switched over to the team called Common Interest, won a couple of state championships with Common Interest and a bunch of great contests along the way. Those are kind of like the heyday years of big-time barbecue, Jack Waybor, Common Interest cooking. I now cook with a team called Mike's Catering. Mike and I are a great pair, and we pretty much stay in the South Carolina area and do fundraisers now more than the big contest for the big money.
All right, so obviously, as far as the TV show is concerned, Barbecue Pitmasters, I'm going to make a guess that you're kind of a fan of that show. Have you made previous attempts getting on to that particular one, or is this like a first-time thing? What's the deal there?
We made an attempt 2 years ago, I think. Maybe it might have been 3 to get on the show. Did a video, and quite frankly, it wasn't a very good video. So we're, the one we did to get on this year's show was much better. We showed much more of our personality and showcased exactly who we were. We had a great time doing it. Michael came in pretty much, on a whim maybe, and we decided to go ahead and put a video together and sent it in. It was a great video. Spoofed the Lance Armstrong thing that was going on back then.
Juicing it up,
Lance
injections.
Armstrong story was big.
All right, so Michael, let's go over to you. Do you reach out to Jack? Do you guys run into each other in a drunken stupor on a street? I mean, how does that whole relationship get sparked up?
We've known each other for a few years now, and worked. He's done some promotional work on the side of Garland Jacks and Craft and other things. And then I, of course, am doing the American Grill Master experience. So we had been in similar areas and generated a friendship. Frankly, the Grill Master, Pit Master side of things covers, Jack is a whole hog specialist as well. So it covers the full gamut of anything they could throw at us, which we tried to also go after authentic barbecue. We wanted to not have all the gadgets and stuff.
Michael.
Yeah, Jack.
Pit Master.
Grill Master.
Pit Master.
Grill Master.
Pit Master.
Grill Master.
What is with this this terminology? I mean, I was just talking with somebody a little bit earlier today, and he said, I'm confused by this term Pit Master. What does it mean? How do you achieve this? What ranks do you have to pass through in order to be called a Pit Master? And I told him, I said, look, I think it's become so overused and can be applied in so many different ways. And I'll ask you both here, Jack, I mean, what is the right term and how do you attain a status, or can anybody just call themselves whatever the hell they want?
If you have a barbecue pit, that's the first thing you need to have is a barbecue pit. Once you have that, then you need to become a master of it. The more pits that you can become master of, the more you can call yourself a pit master. So you get it. It doesn't make any difference what pit that you have. You just need to be the master of it, whether it be a Weber or whether it be a Weber Smoky Mountain or one of the big pits. If you're the master of your pit, then you are entitled to call yourself pit master.
How do you know if you're the master of your pit?
If you can make your pit change temperatures and up and down any way you want, and you have complete control over your pit, then you're a pit master. If you know when to fuel it, if you know how much fuel to put on it, if you know how long it takes to cook your the meats that you're putting on it, if you know everything that there is about running the pit, then you can be the pit master. I think there's a difference between the pit master and the flavor master too, especially on a barbecue team. There's usually a person who is a great pit master, and then there's usually a person who is actually the flavor master.
All right, Michael, we'll go to you for this one. You guys were saying grill master, pit master, grill. What term are you liking to use, and I guess how do you get to whatever word you like to use? How do you achieve that status?
And I've said this before, I think it's a compliment from people that you cook for. I don't think that you should give yourself a title. That's granted, freedom of speech, enjoy, it's America. But as far as it's what you're called, and it may be a 4-letter word, or it may be grill master or pit master. But, as far as that compliment, you earn it every time you cook. Every time you light that fire, you're out there trying to keep your reputation or gain that reputation.
So when you see, and I'll go to you here in just a second here, Jack. So when you see these teams that are on the shows and they're the restaurant guys, and sometimes they might have one restaurant guy or two restaurant guys going up against somebody that we would know to be a more traditional competition cook, not in the restaurant business. Is one more of a pit master than the other, or it doesn't matter?
We all have the love of barbecue. It's all at the root of it all. It's not sitting there trying to say one's better than the other. They're all different styles. Competition barbecue, everyone knows who's around competition barbecue. It's different than your backyard versions. It's a different texture, consistency, taste, tenderness, everything.
Jack, as far as that's concerned, do you think that the restaurant guys don't have a big of advantage as these competition guys have when it comes to these styles of shows?
No, I think the restaurant guys are every bit as entitled to be on the show. The pitmasters for a restaurant are certainly no less talented than the pitmasters that are out on the circuit managing pits. The pitmaster, actually, in the restaurant, if you're going to use food service terms, the pitmaster in the restaurant is the guy who runs the pits in the restaurant. That's usually the guy who's he's in early and out late and taking care of business.
Jack Waybar joining me here on the show. Also, Michael McDearman is in as well. As far as the show went for you guys, Jack, I guess you were more the centerpiece or the pit master. Michael, you were, I don't know if we can call it like the sous chef or
second
back
fiddle.
up to just second. You were second fiddle to Jack's main fiddle. Do you guys have any discussion on who's going to be lead and who isn't? Do you know right up front that Jack was contacted and you're just helping out? How does that whole thing go down, Jack?
In our situation, it was actually up to the show right up until the very last minute. They were the ones that actually chose it. When they originally contacted me, I told them that certainly we were there to be able to do what we could for the show. A television show is not really a competition. It's all about bringing in viewers and what's going on in the business of television. So I left it up to them on who they wanted to put out front and how they thought the ratings would which pitmaster would benefit them the most by the choice. And I was fortunate that they asked me to do it, and I went ahead and did it.
The great thing is that Jack and I work well as a team, and that full gamut. We're a flexible team.
A number of times during the show, Jack, especially because you're the pitmaster that they're showing, you make mention to authentic style barbecue. So, words like subjective or vague, few words that just pop into my head when I hear a phrase that says authentic style barbecue. Can you explain a little bit more in detail what you meant by that every time you said it?
I cook authentic American barbecue, meaning I take wood and burn it down to coals and use the heat from the coals to make the barbecue style that I want to make. There's a lot of different ways to do it. There's a lot of different, you can use burn barrels. I was fortunate enough to have the Oklahoma Joe out there, which makes it an old, authentic style, Midwest kind of barbecue. Happy to know the techniques of running that pit, happy to know how to use it, happy to know how to burn the wood and make that pit just do what it's supposed to do. And that's all just a practice thing. I mean, I practice on making good flavors, solid barbecue, traditional goodness that comes out of the meats, and we use smoke and spice and seasonings and all the blends that we can put together to make it as authentic as possible.
All right, so everybody's always interested in what's going to be in the coolers. When you guys are standing there, you open up the top. Michael, when you see it's Western ribs and a tri-tip, are you happy? Are you concerned? Are you 50-50? What do you think?
I'm the grill master for Beef It's What's for Dinner. His beef tri-tip, baby. I loved it.
So that was good for you.
Yeah.
Jack, when you see what's there, what are your thoughts?
And I tell you what, I took a look down on that cooler, and I smiled a happy smile because I had beef in my cooler, and I was working with the American beef expert. It couldn't have been happier for me. Country-style ribs isn't a big deal. It's a fairly easy cook. But that tri-tip, and I knew that tri-tip was going to be spot on. Michael is a fantastic grill man. So.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, so we see 20 minutes, 21 minutes of a finished product. I mean, you're there all day. I mean, like 18, 20 hours or whatever the case may be. What we see compared to what is actually going down in a raw state, how well does it stay true to what is happening, Jack?
It's the the cook itself is probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. I mean, they got all the cool stuff out there that you would expect. You know, you see the behind-the-scenes shows and all the TV and all the technology that's out there, and it is really kind of it's neat to watch it all happen. Everything that goes on a set is put there for a reason. The cook was they stayed out of the way more or less of our cook. They wanted us to be, they wanted us to be able to execute what we had to execute. There were a few times when we had to do something again because they didn't quite catch it just right, but certainly nothing that got in our way, nothing that was a bother. So they stayed true. There's a lot of stuff that hits the cutting room floor, I can tell you that, and a lot of stuff just isn't necessary. You make rubs, you make sauces, you do a lot of things to fill in time. And as you look in the old shows, you can see they have like a checklist of things that they want to, of shots and scenes that they want to get, and they just go through their checklist and they follow us around. They followed us, Michael and I, around for 18 hours, and we had a blast. You do a session where you do a lot of the shots. The shot of Michael and I doing the they call it the action shot, where we're setting up to do the boxing thing. That was just a blast. We must have done that 30 times, eh, Michael?
Hey, we had a great time. And they did. It didn't happen to show like different ingredients, like you mentioned, rubs, or if you had brushed, say, duck fat on a tri-tip or anything like that. It didn't show those things.
You say duck fat on a tri-tip? Can you get duck fat anymore?
Oh, yeah.
Banned in states across the country, but you didn't know that. Yeah, watch out. Or maybe
you can get a lot of things on the internet, I heard.
Foie gras duck? Foie gras?
No, that's goose liver.
Foie gras is duck liver. Duck fat is still good. You can buy it pretty much anywhere.
All right. Jack, was there like a specific thing that you thought for sure would make it to air that ended up on the cutting room floor and you're like, wow, I can't believe that didn't make it up? Aside from the duck fat painting thing?
That was really the only thing that I saw that didn't make any sense. So that was they like to show all those techniques and those little things that you do to make things better and tip the secret hand. And finishing the tri-tip with duck fat was something that we came up with right at the end there, and I was surprised to see it hit the floor. What do you think, Michael?
It's one of those things where the show actually captured what happened, and you can't include everything out of the 18 hours or however long it was that they filmed us down into what you said was 21 minutes.
Right.
So, yeah, you can't do that. And so they did a very good job of depicting what actually happened.
All right, so I thought, I'm watching the episode, I thought for sure you guys were going to win it. And,
Thank you.
I was a little bit pissed off in the end when they chose... Who do they choose?
Rescue Smokers, very good team.
Very good
Come
team.
in 3 years in a row. Vienna, Georgia against Myron Mixon.
Right. So very accomplished team. Jack, is that somebody team-wise that you are very familiar with, seeing them on the circuit, or not so much?
No, not so much. Greg, the last couple of years have been I've been filled up with the craft marketing thing and a lot of things going on, so I haven't really been on the circuit all that much. I was surprised when we got to the morning meeting that on Friday morning that Howie Kleinberg was there. And Howie Kleinberg was on Top Chef, and he's a great chef, and he did a great job on that show. The Rescue Smokers guys, I had done some that if you kind of watched what was going on and you got the list at the beginning when everything was posted up, you see who was there. We were actually the last show to be on. So by process of elimination, I knew that Robbie was going to be on, and I knew that that we were going to do it. So I kind of looked him up to see what was going on, but I wasn't familiar. They're a very successful barbecue team, very successful restaurant in Sycamore, Georgia, and they do a great job.
I was familiar with them on the Sam's Club tour and knew out of GBA stuff.
All right, so guys, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to do a read for Arno Smokers, then we're going to come back and we'll finish with some more Barbecue Pitmasters talk, and then whatever else you guys got going up here before we wrap it up. So, Jack, just hang back here just for a second. We'll be right back with you. Folks, let me talk to you quickly about Arno Smokers. Custom pit builder, combining innovation, the art, and some cutting-edge technology, offset vault-style barbecue pits. Not like in the same, but they make offset cookers. They make vault-style barbecue pits. Located in the heart of Texas, near Fort Worth, Granbury has been home to Arno Smokers since the beginning. Arno Smokers has continued to widen its range using visionary planning both on the design level and the quality of their craftsmanship to bring their customers the finest custom pits on the market today. Look, if you've been looking for a custom pit without the hefty price tag and the wait time of some of those other manufacturers on the market, make this your first choice. Look them up. mention you heard R&O Smokers here on the Barbecue Central Show. Receive an additional discount off the already low price. For more information, follow the link to their Facebook page, which is our main point of contact, which can be found right on my website. Go to thebbqcentralshow.com and then click on the logo at the right of the navigation. You see that little 125 by 125 button, or you can visit the sponsor page, or you can visit the links page, all on my website. That will get you directed over to their Facebook page. If you don't want to do any of that, get a hold of Billy Overton or Tony Belay, respectively, at these email addresses. Billy is BILLIE_RO smokers at yahoo.com, or you can get a hold of Tony, TONY, Tony_RO smokers at yahoo.com. And don't forget, check out their Facebook page regularly for weekly drawings and giveaways from their barbecue partners as well. So not only are you going to save some money on a great custom pit, a lot of top teams starting to use the RO smokers, you can win some free stuff by visiting their Facebook page. And again, you can get over there by visiting my website, clicking on their logo, going to the sponsors page, or going to the links page as well. R&O Smokers, one of the newest sponsors right here on the show. Very happy to have them aboard. We're back with Michael McDearman and Jack Wabor right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Now's the time on the show where we give stuff away, yeah. It's free and you don't have to pay a thing, that's why it's free, yeah.
All right, we're back with a quick giveaway. And all I got to say is thank God for Michael McDearman. I'm not going to even explain exactly why. Nevertheless. Also, Jack Wabor joining us here on the show. Jack, we're going to give away a 6-pack of Smokin' Scully's barbecue sauce, courtesy of Brian Corbett. It's called Just Leave the Bones barbecue sauce. I need from you something that people can put in the subject line of an email so they can win this 6-pack. What would you like to have them say to win?
Georgia.
Folks, if you can spell Georgia correctly, we're talking about the state, right?
Yes.
Not your first girlfriend that you ever had way back in the... you say Georgia in a subject line of an email, and you can win a 6-pack of Smokin' Scully's barbecue sauce. Just leave the bones. Just leave the bones. Good luck. We're back with these guys right after this.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs. And the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
Crazy. You guys remember this song? You ever heard this song?
He kicks tires and he lights a fire.
Lights the fire.
He's queuing all night. He never goes tired.
Karaoke night at Barbecue Central.
That's right. You would recall a couple weeks ago we played the game Make It or Break It with Joe Haynes from Obsessive Compulsive Barbecue. This was his original song, Pitmaster. And people made it, so I said, hey, we'll go right into the bumper music of the show. So, Joe, if you're listening, I made good on my promise. It made it. Jack, is this a song that you might be buying and downloading to your MP3 player?
Absolutely. I'll be picking it up as soon as we get off of the show here.
Right, so Pitmaster, if we're going back to the old days of Billboard, it's got a bullet pointing up. It's making its rise on the charts. Pitmaster by Joe Haynes from OC Barbecue. All right, so we're talking about this Barbecue Pitmaster show that you were on a couple weeks ago. Ended up taking second place overall. Let me ask you about this. There was a lot of comments being made about, I'm going to call him the other guy because I don't remember his name. Not Rescue Smokers, but the other guy.
Howie
Kleinberg.
Right, Howie Kleinberg kept referring to himself as chef. He microplaned some charcoal into the finishing salt. He went over and over about applying from a higher height for a better cascade and application. All the stuff that didn't really end up mattering at all at the end. There's been a long history of chefs not being able to step in and cut it when it comes to barbecue. And that's not something I'm making up. I mean, you've seen it on television before. You've heard it time and time again on the competition circuit. Jack, why does there seem to be this snobbery from the classically trained chef world?
That is an interesting question, because truthfully, the chefs can really do well, and a lot of them really do well. Tuffy Stone is a classically trained chef that made it big in barbecue, so it's
he had a
not
background in French.
Unheard of for those kind of things to happen.
And Howie was Johnson & Wales. Good school.
Yeah, Howie actually, I think in the show situation, I think they get wrapped up in the stress and the pressure of what's going on to be able to make great TV. They have a difference. They kind of get. I kind of thought that Howie kind of got absorbed in what was going on around him and didn't really stay true. When you're doing things like this, one of the common phrases is "stay true to your brand." And I really don't think Howie. I think he got absorbed in what was going on. I really didn't stay true to his brand. Quite frankly, there was a piece of steak and a sirloin rib roast sitting in front of us to cook. There's no reason why a chef can't cook a piece of steak and a sirloin rib roast.
Though, keep in mind, too, folks, you had rain, you had cold, you had sun, the temperature fluctuations, the difference in nighttime and daytime temperatures. There was a lot going on that show.
Let me ask you this question. And, Jack, we'll talk. Let me ask you first, and then we'll go to you, Michael. You always hear in the barbecue world, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. And I've had Meathead on, and we've kind of talked about potentially debunking this, but it was shown, at least through editing, that he was in his pit like every 8 seconds. And there didn't seem to be any way that he was going to be able to recover heat, and get to where he wanted to be. Was he in the pit that much? And do you see people in their pit that much, being either on the circuit or just cooking barbecue for catering or at home?
I didn't see Howie in his pit that much, but we were down on the other end, so it was Rescue Smokers was in between the two of us. They did make some comments about how's Howie doing down there. The producers did. How they doing next door? How they doing two doors down? Howie seems to be looking in his pit a lot, and of course they're all wired up to headphones, so they would be clued into what's going on 2 doors down. Howie probably was in his pit a lot. Fortunately, he had 2 pieces of meat that didn't need to be in the pits, with strong, steady heat for a long period of time. Both the cooks were fairly short cooks, so it really didn't make that much of a difference. Overall, yeah, I see a lot of people, especially the rookies, that get into the pits a lot because they want to see what's in there, more boasting and bragging about what's there and showing their friends of what's in the pit. And it's true. One of the things about barbecue and cooking great barbecues, you need to have a strong, steady heat over a long period of time to be able to break down the collagen and the connective tissue in the meat. So if you're looking, you ain't cooking.
Michael, were you surprised to see in the finished product Howie in his pit that often?
I didn't get to see him like Jack. I was on the other end and focused really on our cook. But when you have those peaks and valleys on your temp, you're cooling and heating up that meat instead of consistently keeping that temperature, so it can actually seize up. I've even had a brisket go to almost like a Kevlar vest because the cooker was spiking and falling due to weather. It's something that you have to battle. Keep in mind.
All right, so as you guys are watching the show now, you didn't make it through. When was your episode actually taped?
First weekend of May.
All right, so actually that wasn't that far away considering some of the other ones. As you're watching it now, you see Dave Bosca move to the finals this past Sunday, beating Pig Daddy and Characters Barbecue. To me, probably not a huge surprise. I'm sure Rod Gray is going to garner a lot of attention as far as a potential bet winner is moving on as well to the finals. Jack, do you see a favorite emerging out of the pack of semifinalists that are going to be competing here over the next couple of weeks?
I don't really see a emerging favorite. Of course, the people who are in the game still are all great cooks, so they would be the favorites to get to where they are. They really do a good job in the show. In previous shows, I think they were showing a lot of, or you could see a lot of favoritism. I don't know if they were showing it or not, but it seems like this year they're trying to keep the cooks close and trying to keep the appearance of everything. Is everybody has the same shot going on down the line.
Michael, with the remaining people that you see on the show, do Do you have an idea of who might be?
I think they're all there for a reason, and you've got them from all over the country. You've got them coming in from the Northwest. You've got them from the Southeast, especially the Midwest, and like you mentioned, Rod Gray being from the Kansas City area. I think that it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out.
Jack, let me ask you this question. Melissa Cookston, I don't know who's going to, I guess, be on the final table, but you see, Melissa Cookston as a guest judge. You see Danielle Domofsky as a guest judge. You see Bubba Latimer as a guest judge. We're going to hold Bubba Q off to the side on a whole different rant, and I won't even get into it. But Myron Mixon is a competitor. Tuffy Stone is a competitor. Is it set up better for the guys that are doing competition-style barbecue? Because, look, the people that are judging the food have, whether they want to admit it or not, they might have a disposition set aside already for competition-style barbecue. Everybody's injecting. Everybody's doing similar stuff on these cooks, turning in to these judges that would probably, as they're saying it, doing a similar way. Do you think that the competitors in the show have a leg up, whether they know it or not, because of the judges that they're turning into?
I never analyzed it from that point, Greg. That's a great point. I don't think anybody has, when it comes to flavor, you're only judged on three things: appearance, flavor, and texture. And with those three things being what they are, and flavor is the major weight going into the game, you know that. I don't think there's a great big huge difference. If you watched the ham show last week, I was impressed. All three of the judges said they wouldn't break their ham down and cook it whole, or they would cook it whole. Where all three of the contestants broke their ham down and cooked it. And David Bosca actually did something, just in my opinion, that was just phenomenal when he broke it down into the small piece that he did, and then quick cured it. What an idea! It certainly wouldn't have been what I would have done, because I don't think my brain would have thought quick cure. So, you do what you do, and in the end, the best taste comes out to the top of the game, I guess.
Michael, your thoughts on that? Do you think that the competitors that are out there doing it weekend in, weekend out, that are on this show, turning into judges that also do it kind of like they do, might have a leg up in this competition?
I think as you travel around the country on any barbecue circuit, no matter the sanctioning body, the difference is the judges who are judging it at the different contests. The rules are the same. That's the variable. But as far as the judges themselves, what they prefer, you can't teach taste. We know what championship barbecue is, but why do competition teams potentially do better? Well, I don't know, but if you look at it from the measuring, the people who are paid the money for the good barbecue are the competition teams. The backyarders aren't. This is restaurant and everything, but everything's bringing their own flavors. Everybody asks me around the country, where do you find the best barbecue? Well, it's what you grew up on, really, is what you prefer, and that's taste, that's the feel. Those are the memories, though, that are also attached to that meal. So everybody's a little different. So potentially eating great barbecue that you're used to. You're not necessarily eating great barbecue. You're reliving great memories and remembering a time that was smell, good. Taste are big memory factors, actually. Jack, do you agree with that?
I do. I'll just go to the point that I think the only advantage that the competition cookers have across the board is that we cook on outdoor equipment, where the restaurateurs generally cook on the standing pits that are in the restaurants. So being out there in the weather and tending to the weather is an experience. Take Howie, for instance. He's from Miami, and he doesn't have an outdoor cooker, and he brought the one that he brought. Had cooked on it about 2 weeks. To be on Friday, when we were out there Friday evening getting all set up and ready to go, I had asked him if he had cooked in cold weather and rain while he was practicing getting ready to go for the show. And he said, I live in Miami, and why would I want to go out in the cold weather and the rain to practice for a TV show? And there's the advantage. Certainly, as a competition cook, I've been out in the weather and the rain a whole bunch of times, so that would be my advantage.
There has been some scuttlebutt after this particular show this past Sunday about people saying that Dave won strictly because his appearance of box was better, and that what we saw as far as the judges saying they liked flavor-wise was a character's barbecue a little bit better. Jack, have you heard anything about that? And as far as you were watching it, did you think that Dave won solely on the fact that his box looked neater than Michael's did?
His box certainly did look neater. But it's a flavor thing for those guys. You got to bring the big flavors. It's got to be one bite flavor. I don't know what the box tasted like. I saw all the boxes. I thought they all looked pretty good. But I'm a judge that says if you put in what you're required to put into the box, then you should receive the score. All three of them put in what they needed to put into the box to receive the score.
Michael, did you hear any of this scuttlebutt on the internet about Dave winning
mill
on that?
No rumor mill.
Do you not live in the rumor mill? No, not Michael. No way. Look at that smile. This guy sees rumor all over the place. He's keeping it very close to the vest. I appreciate that. Jack, where are you going to be at next? Things you'd like to promote here before we let you go tonight?
Of course, we always like to talk about Great TV, www.greattv.com. Watch the show every Thursday. It comes out, and we also are on schedule at the Outdoor Cooking Channel. We love what we do there. Carolina Pitmasters is coming out with a new cooking school. We're going to go to what we call the Pitmaster Patio. Be grand champion of your own backyard. That program is coming out relatively soon. And then I'll be at the at Johnson Hagegood Stadium on the 16th of August at the Charleston Home and Remodel Show, doing some demonstrations out there with the home show, and the pork board will be involved, the South Carolina pork board. So we're looking forward to that too.
Jack, do you have any thought on the pork board, or the pork check, or whatever the hell they call it, switching the name of the pork cuts to its beef counterpart? So instead of, pork this, it's going to be a pork porterhouse or a pork strip, New York strip pork thing. I mean, you down with that?
Do you have a problem with the name? Is that what we're asking me?
I always start thinking of beef. When I say New York strip, I don't think of pork.
It'll be a loin strip steak.
A loin strip pork steak. See, but you say steak and you think steak, right? Is it confusing, or is this going to make it easier for the consumer?
It'll be confusing until the next generation comes along and they've
we all have to die
down amongst themselves.
Jeez, Pete. All right, Jack Waybor joining us here via Skype, and you can find him Carolina Pitmasters and, of course, Great TV, which can be found not only at that website but Outdoor Cooking Channel, as he mentioned. Jack, always appreciate the time, and let's not wait so long. I'll have you on again soon, okay?
Just give me a ring and let me know. I'll be here for you, buddy.
All right, there he is. Jack Waybor joining us here on the show. Your cooking pal there on the TV show.
He's a good man.
Did you guys just work like seamlessly as it looked like on the show?
First time cooking together, and it went just like it looked.
Have you been on the Great TV thing with them before, though?
Did a heart-shaped ribeye story. For the February 14th Valentine's thing.
Was that, you just like walking down the meat aisle one day and you're like, man, if I take this ribeye, it's a heart.
You encounter things along the line, and you can see inspiration everywhere.
Wow, absolutely. That was probably one of my favorite episodes of that.
I personally like the one they took the watermelon on Great TV and they put the tap into, made a little drinky drink.
Yeah, little Harry Buffalo deal. Woo. Yeah, watch out for that. I don't know I know from personal experience that can be a little crazy. Watch out for that. All right, we're going to come back and kind of tie up this show tonight. Michael McDearman sitting in. GetFiredUpFoods.com, GrillMasterTour.com as well if you want to check out those websites while we're just finishing up here tonight. Let me talk to you quickly about iGrill, also a new sponsor of the show. iGrill is a Bluetooth-enabled cooking thermometer that pairs with your Apple device, or perhaps you're an Android user. You can use the free iGrill Pro app, which can be downloaded in the iTunes App Store or the Google Play Store if you have an Android device. This Bluetooth range is up to 200 feet, so you can monitor your food from practically anywhere in the house. This gives you the free time to do what you want with assurance that your food is being perfectly cooked. Go watch the game, have a beer, have 5, mow the lawn. Why not? iGrill's got your food covered. The iGrill has dual probe capability, so you can monitor 2 different pieces of meat at once. You can also measure the ambient temperature of your smoker or grill using the ambient temperature probe. That can be purchased at iGrillinc.com. The website, the letter I, grill, the word Inc., I-N-C, iGrillinc.com. If you use the promo code SMOKE, you'll get the free ambient pit temperature probe with your iGrill purchase. Just use both into the shopping cart, so put in both in the shopping cart when you're checking it out. And then, at checkout, use the promo code SMOKE, and you'll get that ambient pit temperature probe for free. Now, within the app, you can set minimum, maximum temperature settings. If your grill or smoker gets too hot or cold, your smart device will alert you. The free iGrill app
for iOS has Facebook integration, so you can upload pictures of whatever it is you're cooking right to iGrill and their Facebook page. The app also has Globe feature that shows you all the other iGrillers around the world. So you can see who's cooking right down the street. You can see who's cooking in Timbuktu, Arizona as well. And you can also use that graph to monitor the speed of which your temperature is rising. Now, MSRP, $80. It's not the worst. I've seen more expensive ones. So, 200 feet, $80. iGrillInc.com. You can also get it at Apple. You can get it at Best Buy. You can get it at both the retail locations of AT&T and Verizon. You can also go to Amazon.com. So major retailers carrying it right in their stores. iGrill launched in April of 2010, founded the Apple stores, and since getting incredible press. Maybe you've heard of Mark Zuckerberg. He founded Facebook. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Has one, loves one. Accessories available at iGrillInc.com. So everything you need, one place. iGrillInc.com. That's iGrillInc.com. And if you want the ambient probe, don't forget to use the promo code SMOKE. And we're done with giveaways. All right, so we'll just wrap up this show coming back right after this. Stick around. You're listening to the Barbecue Central show right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Network.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Well, the good news is I have the mics on. I remembered.
I tried.
It only took 12 segments, but I remembered to turn both mics on and not just start talking. If you have any questions for Michael here while we're wrapping the show up, 877-448-0433. You can email Greg at thebbqcentral.show.com. Let's see here. Okay.
I just want to say a big thank you to everybody from Easy Hook, Orca Coolers, Mojo Bricks, and all the groups out there. Yeah, we can go through the laundry list, and I could do it. At least I don't have to say Pennzoil or something like that, like the NASCAR guys do.
That's fine.
You know?
We have a good couple minutes here. Run down whatever you need. Go ahead.
Oh, gracious goodness. Coca-Cola, Heinz, Bull Grill, Sam's Club.
Wow.
You name it. As far as beef, it's What's for Dinner, Easy Hook, Orca Coolers, Ergo Chef Knives, Mojo Bricks. You cannot have a good fire with... I can put a smoke ring in a burger with Mojo Bricks.
Really?
Absolutely.
And a burger. What about a meatloaf?
You know, I love using cherry because that redness comes out and it just makes that smoke ring pop.
Yeah. Do you like meatloaf on the smoker?
I like everything on the grill and smoker. If it's live fire, let's do it.
What's your favorite thing? Like if we're going to go through...
My great-grandmother's cheesecake.
On the grill?
Yeah. You actually, my great-grandmother actually made the cheesecakes for the Tulane Hotel during the Depression. It was a white linen tablecloth restaurant in downtown Nashville. And my grandfather worked across the street at Kane Sloan as a box boy. He made $2.25 a week. He would go and spend $1.75 on a piece of cheesecake.
Really?
And he was courting my grandmother at the time. Guess what? They said real quick, he wanted to support the family. That's what he told her.
Really?
Yeah.
You said courting.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It was old school. It was the Depression. I can use that word.
Southern. Wow. Courting. That's awesome. All right. Well, that's a great story. And you're going to be in Medford, New York this coming weekend. Where else are you going to be at?
I'm going to slide on down to Laurel, Maryland, then hit a couple Virginia stops, Hendersonville, Tennessee. But find it all at grillmastertour.com. And don't hesitate to get on over to getfiredupfoods.com to find out my class schedule. I've got my outdoor cooking classroom in Tennessee on Rushmore Ranch. And we had a great class on the 31st of July. 30 people came. They walked away better steak cooks.
Yeah. It's all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
Have people walking away better than
Actually,
whence
we wheelbarrowed them to the cars.
Yeah. Got to get rid of them somehow. All right, let's wrap it up real quick. All the way back in the first hour, Richard Parker, or Rich Parker, depending on if you're a friend or not, thebbqsuperstore.com. They won the Rockford, Illinois Regional. Them, along with 9 other teams, will be moving on to Bentonville, Arkansas, October 19th to take part in the Sam's Final cook-off. In the second hour, Jack Waybor, Common Interest Barbecue, CarolinaPitmasters.com. Great TV. You can check that out on Outdoor Cooking Channel as well. And, of course, a special thank you to an in-studio guest, a guy who I've met before, but happy to have him in, Michael McDearman, Get Fired Up Foods, and Grill Master Tour. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it.
I really
Hope you
appreciate
had fun.
seeing you. Oh, it's a blast.
All right.
Now, does the chopper take me back?
It'll be the G5.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Just got word it's ready to go.
Appreciate you.
A couple quick things before we leave you here tonight. If you have raw cast iron, after you're done cooking on it, if it starts to cool back down, maybe hit it with a little bit of a grill brush, and then hit a little pan, a little Crisco, let it burn back in. Season it each and every time. Generations of rust-free service. You can pass them down to your kids. They can pass them. You know, you get
flaxseed oil.
Flaxseed oil.
Flaxseed oil.
Healthy and good for. Okay, flaxseed oil it is. Also, September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. Until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is your program host and proud U.S. American for Michael McDearman. Good night now.